In this video, we're going to be talking about TUV approval and what it actually means. We're joined by Ben here today from Eibach, and in front of us we've got a load of products of theirs which are TUV approved. Ben, TUV approval, what does it mean? Why do people care and why do they need it?
No, for sure. It's a question we get asked a lot, particularly when we're visiting shows and talking about our products. So basically, we have to design our products very much in mind of requirement of TUV accreditation. Basically, it's a private entity, and what they do is they come into us to assess every product that we make out of our German factory for the European marketplace, that it has to pass certain requirements. Basically, it's kind of like an assessment of each product range before it goes on a vehicle, like an MOT for performance aftermarket parts in a way.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, in certain countries like Germany, Sweden, you have to carry this paperwork around with you. So if you do get stopped, you've got it with you to show that this red spring meets this accreditation, etc., etc. And the same with the bars and the spaces, etc. When we're going through the design process and the engineering, we'll look at various aspects. I mean, for example, with the spring kits, we have to 4 times overload the vehicle to simulate, say you go into the tip. So that one occurrence a year kind of thing, where you've loaded the back of the car up so the springs aren't catching on anything, your wheels aren't rubbing on anything, you're not clashing with drop links that are, or the anti-roll bars not hitting drive shafts, this kind of scenario. And with that, when we design this, obviously, I say it's very much in the back of our minds, the front of our minds. It's so important. We've got to get this through every single one of these accreditations. A lot of companies you'll see out there go to a certain level of TUV. We go above and beyond. A lot of the time, for certain chassis, like when the new Golf Mark 8, we had them in, and what they'll do is they'll take a Golf Mark 7, a Mark 8 GTI out, and they'll drive it around with a sport line, then the Pro Kit, or vice versa, and they actually go around the hills and valleys of Finnentrop, testing the car to the absolute maximum so that it doesn't affect the way the car brakes in a straight line, mid-corner handling, if they hit a bump event, that kind of scenario, as well as the stuff we've already talked about, like clashing on the chassis or inside the wheel arch or whatever it may be. The same goes with wheel spacers, so if you can't go too far, and because they all have to work with the original potential equipment that you can get on that chassis. So if you go too far, it might push it out so far that it'll clash on an outer edge of a wheel arch. Also, when we go through things like the spring design, sometimes you'll find that we will have to replace a bump stop for a shorter and or stiffer one. This being because the standard ones from the factory these days, we find a lot of vehicles, and we've talked about it in another video, where we mention about understeer from the factory. And a lot of the time these days is because the front end, the vehicle sometimes will either be sat very, very close to the bump stop or even slightly into it from the factory. So because you've got that rate combined of the spring and the bump stop together when they're closed, you're actually inducing understeer. So you would go even lower, you're even further into that bump stop. So what we do is we'll supply a shorter bump stop to give you that 20-30 mil of travel that you've taken away on your ride height back to you. So you've still got that damper and spring working together before you then go into the bump stop when you're really pressing on.
Got you. Cool. And with regards to anti-roll bars, same?
Same again. So again, clashing issues, fitment issues, and a lot of the time to simplify, sometimes to get levels of accreditation, we will need to fit things like original clamps. We do this for VW componentry, so any VW chassis, so Audis, Seats, Octavias, that kind of thing. We also work with Hyundai as well, so we supply directly to Hyundai themselves. We make anti-roll bars for them in their performance range, and it comes with the Hyundai part pre-fitted, again for TUV fitment purposes. It just makes it easy, and it's because of the way we work so closely with these manufacturers, it's just the simplest way just to get it done that way.
Okay, so obviously TUV approval, you mentioned in some European countries, very much a prerequisite of going over there. You need to carry that paperwork with you. With regards to the UK, it's not a legality.
No.
But it's a mark of a quality that is achieved.
Absolutely. You know that when you get that product and you can download that TUV document yourself from our website. So you put your product number into the website and you can download all the documentation that goes with that kit, whether it's bars, spacers or springs, and you can get access to that, so you've got it with you. So you say you do travel abroad in Europe, you may potentially need it whenever you go around there. But yeah, it's a sign of quality, like you say, that you know that it's gone through that every stage process, that a private industry has come in to assess the product and vetted it and signed it off as approved and safe and suitable for that particular vehicle. So that's what we're trying to achieve with this.
So now you know what TUV approval is and what it means for the products. You can head over to our website and see the full range there, knowing that they carry that certification. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you could like, subscribe, and of course hit that notification bell. You'll see the next video coming up.